Mauricio Pochettinoo's Chelsea have had a tough start to life this season, picking up just 4 points in 4 games after spending over £400 million in the summer. So the question on most people's lips is, what are Mauricio Pochettinoo's Chelsea actually trying to do? First is their team shape. On paper, they represent a 3-4-3, but Mauricio Pochettinoo tinkers with this quite frequently. And this starts with Ben Chilwell, a natural left wing-back who has been played mostly as an out-and-out winger under Mauricio Pochettino so far. So the shape changes from a 3-4-3 and resembles more of a 4-2-3-1. And this is made possible by Levi Colwill moving to left back, with Thiago Silva and Axel Disasi being used as the natural two centre-halves, with Malo Gusto operating as the right back. And we can see the use of this shape in Chelsea's build-up play. Enzo Fernandez has been used mostly as the number 10, whilst Ben Chilwell and Raheem Sterling hold the width on either side of Nicholas Jackson, who is playing traditionally as a centre-forward. And although Chilwell's final ball and intensity out of possession are definitely qualities that thrive under Mauricio Pochettino, the effectiveness of this tactic and instruction has been questioned quite a lot, because it's not maximising the quality of the players at the manager's disposal. Moving on from Chelsea's formation into their principles, Mauricio Pochettino wants his side to control the game, and they have actually averaged a league high of 70.5% possession so far. But how did he manage to retain the ball much more than anyone else in the division? And the answer is their press, a vital feature of a Pochettino team. Although two opponents in Nottingham Forest and Luton Town aren't necessarily teams that want the ball, Chelsea do top the rankings by some margin for press sequences, which is essentially winning the ball back in the opposition's half within 3 passes. However, their struggles are mostly coming when the ball is won. This season they've spent most of their time in the opposition half, and once they arrive in the final third, Enzo Fernandez, Nicholas Jackson and Raheem Sterling look to sit a little bit narrower, using Ben Chilwell and Malo Gusto as the wide players on the outside. And this creates a front 5 of players to stretch the opposition's back line. And as a team, they're actually crossing the ball more than anyone else in the division, with the wing-backs making up well over a third of their total crosses. But despite all this possession and crossing, they're struggling to find the back of the net. But quite interestingly though, Mauricio Pochettino's side are heavily underperforming on their expected goals. On the non-penalty expected goals table, Chelsea rank 3rd, behind only Brighton and Brentford with a figure of 7.63. However, in reality though, they've only scored 5 goals, which places them 11th in the goals table for the Premier League. And this leads us directly onto the summer signing of centre-forward Nicholas Jackson. Is he a bad finisher, or has he simply just been unlucky in a Chelsea shirt so far? Last season at Villarreal, he scored 12 goals from an expected goals number of 8.56, which actually implies that he's finishing more chances than he was expected to last year. But so far this campaign for Chelsea, he's scored 1 goal from just 3.1 expected goals, which is the largest negative expected goals differential in the entire league. So should Chelsea fans be worried about this? Strikers who get into the right goal scoring positions through their movement but struggle with the final piece usually do get it right, and going off Nicholas Jackson's data from last season, he will definitely bounce back. Because it's fair to say that the only thing missing from Nicholas Jackson's game is in fact the goals. So, do you think Mauricio Pochettino's Chelsea will click given his implemented changes, or do you think yet another big name will fail in the dugout at Stamford Bridge?